The stadium roars through the corridor, but the only sound you hear is your own breath. The brace on your left knee feels like the weight of a broken dream. Your boots are still caked in mud, your jersey soaked in sweat. Minutes ago, 70,000 people fell silent as you were carried off that pitch on a stretcher. The final, your final, the night you came to conquer Europe, ended here in a hallway. Or so you think. Outside, the world is exploding. Portugal are champions. You weren't on the pitch, but that trophy will rise in your hands. The tears of agony you shed moments ago are about to become the most iconic roar of triumph in football history. You remember this moment, don't you? Outside, the world is exploding. Portugal are champions. You weren't on the pitch, but that trophy will rise in your hands. The tears of agony you shed moments ago are about to become the most iconic roar of triumph in football history. You remember this moment, don't you? February 5th, 1985. Funchal, Madeira. A rugged island lost in the Atlantic, 1,000 kilometers from mainland Portugal, and further still from the rest of the world. You are born the youngest of 4. There are no celebrations here, just a quiet acceptance. The faint clinking of empty pots in the kitchen will stay somewhere in the back of your mind forever. Only you will ever know that. Your mother, Maria Dolores, spends her days hunched over hot stoves, cooking for others, then cleaning their homes when the sun goes down. Your father, José Dinés, works as a gardener for the local council. His hands smell of soil. His eyes carry exhaustion. Your name was taken from your father's favorite actor, Ronald Reagan. You are just a baby. You have no idea that one day this name will become a brand the entire world knows. You are 8 years old. On the dirt pitch of Andorinha, the local club. While you train, your father is right behind you, cleaning the changing rooms. Your teammates whisper, some of them laugh. The words fly like bullets, but your armor is already forged. You don't respond. You say nothing. Instead, you take that rage burning inside you and turn it into fuel, and you keep running. No boots? Then rolled up socks will do. No ball? An orange. Time stands still for you on the steep, narrow streets of Madeira. Years later, your mother will say something that captures your entire life in a single sentence. We didn't have much, but there was always a ball at his feet. You can't hear those words yet. But on this small island, in the middle of the ocean, a silent vow has already been made, one that will bring the whole world to its knees. You are 12 years old. Fate comes knocking in a sporting shirt. A vast academy in Lisbon is waiting for you, hundreds of kilometers away across the water. For a boy who has never left his island, this is not just a journey. It is a fight. You are leaving everything behind, your family, your childhood, everything you ever clung to, because you know this is your one shot at changing your life. In the unfamiliar streets of Lisbon, in cold rooms where nobody knows your name. Years later, you will admit it openly. I cried every single night. You bury your sobs in your pillow so no one sees your weakness. The other kids at the academy mock your island accent. They laugh at your skinny frame. But when they fall asleep, you are still out there. Lights still on, legs still burning, alone on the training pitch. They mock you, and you grow stronger. So what about you? Are you looking for an excuse to quit? Or will you be the one still standing when the lights go out? If you have no intention of giving up, you are exactly where you need to be. Keep watching. When you turn 15, the world stops for a moment. There is something wrong with your chest. Your heart is racing far too fast, hammering against your ribs like it wants to break free. The diagnosis, tachycardia. You read the expression on the doctors' faces. And then comes the sentence that lands like a death sentence. You may have to give up football. You lie on the operating table. As a laser seals the extra electrical pathways in your heart, you picture just one thing, walking back onto that pitch. Hours later, you open your eyes. The operation is a success. You need to rest, but you don't have time for that, because you have goals. Within days, before the stitches have even fully healed, you are back on the grass. Because this was never just a game to you. This is the reason you exist. The year is 2002. You are 17 and you are becoming something dangerous. In a sporting shirt, you tear club history apart, the only player that season to appear for every single age group. Then one evening, from a box high in the stands, you feel a pair of eyes on you. The emperor of football himself, Sir Alex Ferguson, has come to Lisbon, specifically to watch you. Your life will never be the same again. August 2003. Sporting's brand new stadium is gleaming, but that night something shines even brighter. Your hunger. The opposition? World giants, Manchester United. You tear through them like a storm, leaving experienced international players shaking their heads in disbelief. When the final whistle blows, the United dressing room is buzzing with one sentence. Sign him. Sign him now. That night, Sir Alex makes his decision. You are 18 years old, stepping off a plane into an English morning. 19 million euros, the heaviest price ever paid for a teenager at that time, resting on your shoulders. But there is something heavier still. The number 7 on your back. The legacy of George Best, Eric Cantona, and the man who just walked out the door, David Beckham. All of England has taken their seats in the stands, waiting to watch this skinny kid get crushed under the weight of that shirt. The Premier League greets you like a lion. Fierce, ruthless, physical. Your pace and technique are undeniable, but those muddy pitches in the Manchester rain are testing more than your ability. They are testing your character. You go down with every challenge. Every tackle hurts. But on the touchline, a father figure is watching. Sir Alex Ferguson calls you into his office every single week, sculpting your spirit the way a sculptor shapes marble. He is patient with you because he alone can see what is hidden inside. You move like a freight train, and you never stop. Every morning, you are the first one through the training ground gates. When the session ends and everyone else climbs into their luxury cars and drives away, you are still there. One more shot, one more drill, one more repetition. Wayne Rooney will say it years later. I never saw another human being work like that. In those gray, unspectacular years, no cameras, no applause, you are quietly building the machine the whole world will one day watch. The year is 2004, and fate calls you home, to Portugal for the European Championship final. In front of your own people, with the trophy almost within reach. The whistle blows. Greece pull off the impossible. You lose. You are 19 years old, and you break down in tears on the world's biggest stage. Those boyish tears are seared into every memory that watches, but you don't throw that pain away. You fold it up and lock it deep inside your chest, saving it for the day you will need it most. When the 2004-05 season kicks off, you are no longer that boy. With every match in a Manchester United shirt, you grow larger. Goals, assists, an unstoppable show of quality. The journalists are still sharpening their pencils. Too flashy, they say. But Ferguson can see the fire burning in your eyes. If this story has reached somewhere deep inside you, know this. You are not alone. Millions of people watching those moments felt the same punch in the throat that you are feeling right now. Because all of us are fighting something in our own lives. If you want to win that fight together, and you don't want to miss a single moment of this extraordinary journey, like the video now and join us. Without you, we are one person short. September 2005. You are 20 years old. You are preparing for Portugal's World Cup qualifier against Russia, carrying the pressure of a nation on your back. But when manager Luis Felipe Scolari pulls you aside, it feels as though every stadium in the world collapses on top of you at once. Just one sentence. Your father is in hospital. It's serious. José Diniz Aveiro. For years, he fought the darkness that alcohol brings. And on that night, September 6th, 2005, he lost that fight. 51 years old, gone quietly. You are just 20, and somewhere deep inside, that boy still wants to prove something to his father. But here is the real pain. You never had a true heart-to-heart with him. Not once. Alcohol always stood between you. It swallowed the words. It erased the memories. Years pass. In 2019, in front of the entire world, you open up in an interview. I never truly knew him. We never had a normal conversation. And then, right at that moment, they show you an old video. Your father, back when you were not yet the legend you had become, is talking about how proud he is of you. Tears roll down your face. I had never seen this footage before. I can't believe it, you say. You learn how deeply your father loved you 14 years after he is gone. Through a screen, in a television studio. The gardener from that island in the middle of the ocean was, all along, your greatest fan. You just found out too late. Years pass. In 2019, in front of the entire world, you open up in an interview. I never truly knew him. We never had a normal conversation. And then, right at that moment, they show you an old video. Your father, back when you were not yet the legend you had become, is talking about how proud he is of you. Tears roll down your face. I had never seen this footage before. I can't believe it, you say. You learn how deeply your father loved you 14 years after he is gone. Through a screen, in a television studio. The gardener from that island in the middle of the ocean was, all along, your greatest fan. You just found out too late. This is your longest, darkest night. From this point on, every time you celebrate a goal and glance toward the stands, you carry the weight of knowing he will never be there. Every trophy lifted, every medal placed around your neck, all of it holds a quiet absence. You will win the Ballon d'Or 5 times. Hold that golden ball in your hands. He will not see it. In 2016, you will carry an entire nation to the top of Europe. He will not be there either. This pain does not belong to the cameras, the headlines, or the roaring crowds. It belongs only to the deep silence that finds you when you lay your head on the pillow at night. Then comes the 2006-07 season. And what we witness is a transformation, no longer just a blur of pace that leaves defenders behind, or a technical display that thrills the terraces. Something shifts. You become a force locked onto a single purpose: goals, more goals, and then more. When the final whistle blows on the season, the record reads 23. Sir Alex Ferguson watches from the touchline, and he likes what he sees. 2007-2008. In a Manchester United shirt, you are no longer a storm. You are a force of nature. When the season ends, one number stands alone in the record books. 42 goals. England belongs to you. The Ballon d'Or is yours for the first time. And then comes that defining night. Moscow, cold rain, the Champions League final against Chelsea. You step up to take a penalty and miss. Your heart almost stops. But when the final whistle goes, the trophy is lifted by your hands. That night, everything you dreamed of as a child becomes real. 2009. England can no longer contain you. The dream you have carried since childhood, the one that burned quietly for years, is finally ready to come true on the biggest stage in the world. Real Madrid. Every honor won, every goal scored in a Manchester United shirt had been leading you here toward that iconic white jersey. You carry everything Sir Alex taught you and take your first step toward the electric atmosphere of the Santiago Bernabeu. The Cristiano Ronaldo story at Manchester United closes here, but the opening lines of a Real Madrid legend, one that will rewrite football history, are only just beginning. The story of Cristiano Ronaldo continues, in all its glory, in part 2, coming very soon. The final word has not been spoken. Take your place, because the real fire is only just starting to burn.